Hi everyone, I'm Daisy Rocha and this is what's happening in Brazil. We'll start by updating you on the latest news from the country. The police in São Paulo became much more lethal this year. In 2024, more than 700 people have been killed by police, 74% more than in 2023. Recently, incidents of violence include an officer throwing a man off a bridge and another shooting a young man in the back. These events led to the governor of the state being asked about police conduct. The head of the state promised deep investigations. In March, he faced criticism for not investing in new body cameras for the police. Brazil is among the world's fastest growing economies. This is thanks mainly to the increase in investment and household consumption. The country's GDP grew by 0.9% last quarter, matching China's growth rate. Brazil's economy is expected to grow by over 3% annually. After President Xi Jinping visited Brazil, Minister WHIB opened the Brazil-China Center for Family Agriculture at the University of Brasilia. The center received 70 Chinese machines for the Clear Water project at the university and agrarian reform settlements. This partnership also includes training Chinese students at landless rural workers movement schools and the Latin America School of Agroecology. On the other hand, Brazilians will get postdoctoral scholarships at China Agriculture University. In one of the 7 villages of the Jaraguá Indigenous land in São Paulo, the Guarani people are rescuing native bees to preserve their forests and traditions. These bees are vital for biodiversity and help restore primary flora. Despite facing invasions and lacking basic health care, the community uses bees for honey, propolis, and wax in traditional medicine and rituals. The survival of native stingless bees in Brazil is threatened by deforestation, pesticides, and climate change. This edition of Story of the Week will present you Dada and Deje Babaçu Palm House. Opened in 2023, the space for qualification of female leaders and rural youths trained them to defend the forests in the state of Maranhão.
A mansion located in the historic center of the city of São Luís is home to an outstanding achievement of the interstate movement of Babaçu coconut breakers, which involves the states of Maranhão, Pará, Tocantins, and Piauí. Here, women and young people are trained in a training center to become guardians of the forests. The movement, created in 1991, has more than 300 female Babaçu coconut breakers and has overcome difficulties to achieve everything from the approval of laws that promote free access to Babaçu groves and protection against the cutting of palm trees to the expansion of traditional knowledge and social biodiversity products.
It has been a dream for them since they got together to set up the movement. Among other objectives, it aims to train and educate these female fighters and coconut breakers in this leadership process in their communities and territories. During this process, they work on sustainability because we need to preserve the forest so it can survive. That's where they get their livelihood.
In addition to being a space for socializing, selling products, and celebrating, the training center offers the coconut breakers design classes, structuring, management of social environmental projects, self-organization of women and youths and social movements, the right to healthy food, and the rights of traditional peoples and peasants.
Realização de sonhos.
It's the realization of dreams. Ever since we've been part of the movement of the coconut breakers, we've discussed this issue of education. That's when we participate in the educational space built by ourselves, which has everything to improve our leadership condition. to improve what we already do in the symbolic training. For us, it's very powerful. It's a training process. Receiving a certificate is something we never had in our lives. Today, we can do it in a space where we can talk about our struggles and history and propose things for our day-to-day lives. Improving our condition as fighters is significant.
In November, the second graduating class celebrated the end of the course, breaking down knowledge, designing projects, and preserving Babaçu forests, with a theatrical performance in a public square.
Eu aprendi muita coisa.
I learned a lot from my colleagues in our production group. I did this more for them because many can't afford to come. I learned a lot about how to draw up a project, and I'm grateful for everything. For every teacher who came here voluntarily to give us lessons and to work with us. It was great.
The training takes place in an alternating pedagogy model, enabling the coconut breakers to continue their studies in their territories and with the community. Named Palmeira de Babaçu Dada and Gé House, after two of the movement's historic coconut breakers, the center is in São Luís, Maranhão, and is open to visitors.
In today's Culture Talk, we will see the exhibition in Brasilia on ethnic, racial, and gender inequality in science. In addition to raising awareness, the initiative aims to inspire young people to see science as an inclusive and accessible space.
In the past, one of the greatest questions of physics was to understand black body radiation, a theoretical problem that was only solved with the emergence of quantum mechanics. Today, science faces another challenge related to black bodies: the underrepresentation of black people in research and science. Because of this reality, three Brazilian researchers created the exhibition Astrophysics of Black Bodies. Astrophysicists Alan Brito, Eliade Lima, and Rita dos Anjos present themes from the field from a new perspective, valuing science and its protagonists. The initiative seeks to raise awareness of ethnic, racial, and gender inequality in science and society. At the same time, it aims to encourage young scientists by making known the careers of Black Brazilian astrophysicists. Fascinating topics such as nebulae, star clusters, red giants, and cosmic rays are explored in an engaging way.
Nós temos hoje na física.
Today, we have in physics and astrophysics around the world, and this is not just peculiar to Brazil, an underrepresentation of black people, black children, black girls, and black men who don't see themselves represented by the science. So, it was a bit of a metaphorical pun to say that in the 21st century, we still have a problem about black bodies that needs to be solved. This problem is not a construction of black people, but part of the understanding that we live and do science that still articulates the whiteness system, which excludes black people from these places.
The exhibition has a touring nature and is divided into two formats, online and in person. The Brazilian capital was chosen as the first city to host the initiative because this month saw the 21st edition of the National Week of Science and Technology, Brazil's main science promotion event. The exhibition was previewed at the event and is now open to visitors at the Luiz Cruz Planetarium in Brasília until December 28th.
The in-person exhibition, the exhibition preview, took place during the National Science and Technology Week in Brasília. At the end of the preview exhibition, we launched the itinerant exhibition at the planetarium in Brasília, so everything was planned to match National Science and Technology Week.
The planetarium is a space that focuses on astronomy and scientific communication, targeting the public, and here we are to bring in Our biggest audience is children and preteens because they are at the stage of learning about solar systems, planets, and constellations. So we use the planetarium in addition to the teaching they receive at school.
The exhibition's content is organized using the color magnitude diagram, a graphic widely used in astrophysics research. Each section of the diagram presents interconnected topics, allowing visitors to access information independently. When exploring a topic, users will find science communication materials, profiles of Brazilian researchers, and virtual reality experiences specially designed to enrich their experience. In addition, the stories of the three curators have been transformed into an animated short film by the artist Camilo Martins.
This representativeness is necessary for us to see ourselves. We can see people who are similar to us, who are making science and sharing the same reality. So we have scientists honored from various regions of the country.
When you close your eyes and someone asks you about a scientist, who would you imagine? If the image was of a white person, a man wearing a lab coat, the exhibition proposes to break with this idea.
Did you like the show? So hit the like button and share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive notifications. We'll see you next week.